Let's put this up here. It is a gorgeous, look at this day. Last week the week before it was 70 degrees. Last week it was 19, 18 degrees. This week it's going in the 70s again. Oh my gosh, Chris, don't get fired from work. Good morning. No, Judy, it's not morning. I've got to get used to going live in the afternoons because I've never really gone live in the afternoons. And so I say, good morning. It ain't morning. It ain't no more morning than the man in the moon. Okay. You wanna go out here with Queso? It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hang on. What up, dog? What up, dog? Rude? Just turns his butt to me. You little rude tortoise. You want me to scratch your butt? He's so rude. God love him. He never gets fed. He's so mistreated. My phone rang. Queso. He loves clovers. It is beautiful here. Why does he keep walking off like I'm annoying him? I thought I'd take him outside and give him a little vitamin D. He's like, hey, that dude's cute. Hey. Excuse me. They live 80 to 120 years old. I am annoying him. Thank you, Lily. He is a Ninja Turtle. He's actually he's not a turtle. He's a tortoise. And I've been working so hard and he's getting a little bit of pyramiding. I'm like, ugh. He's like, yummy, yummy. Thank you. He is pretty cool. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. He's tearing that up. He is pretty cool, Beverly. This is what I'm doing. I'm like laying on the ground. I always come out here and just lay with him. He is a very, very social tortoise. Very social. Queso. He is almost, let me sit up. He's almost 4 years old. I wish y'all could see a picture of him when I got him. He was probably the size of my palm. He was tiny. He's 4 years old. Ouch. Yeah. So this year, he cannot stay in this. He might stay in it for a little while, but he's getting he weighs about 15 pounds. So he might can stay in this for another year, but I'm already trying to figure out his next enclosure because he's going to break loose. And if I lost him, I would have a heart attack. He is a watermelon fanatic, a strawberry fanatic. Those are the fruits that he likes. He loves collard greens. He loves, I'm thinking, what is the romaine lettuce? I can't even think. He loves romaine lettuce. He loves carrots. He loves tomatoes, which are not the best for him, but he absolutely loves tomatoes. Yeah, one time he got loose. Oh my gosh, I literally was about to have a panic attack. The problem is they bury themselves, and so he was burrowed in the ground. Oh, I told him he better never do that again. You know what's crazy? He has never dug. I have heard like horror stories about them digging. He's never done it. I don't know if he just doesn't know he could do it, but it's definitely a male. He's definitely a male. But I don't know. He's never dug out. I've never even caught him trying to. All he does is eat. But I'm very thankful. Oh, really? Hey, buddy. You want to scratch? Huh? You want to scratch? I have to be careful. I have a pair of overalls that has flowers on it, and he will attack me if I wear those overalls. Because tortoises, see, look at him. He's trying to kind of get out. Queso, stop. But he will attack me if I wear those overalls because he thinks they're flowers. So I'll tell you, with the tortoise, if you don't know, tortoises have to have heat during the winter. There is an adjustment period from him going through seasons, especially the winter and summer and spring. So during the winter, I have to bring him inside, and he's under a heat lamp. It takes at least 6 to 8 weeks for that joker to eat when he goes from being outside all the time to inside on heat. It drives me crazy. And then I would say the past 5 to 6 weeks, he's adjusted and he's eating and he's, we're soaking and all those things, like he's acting normal. But see, bringing him from the inside enclosure back to the outside enclosure, he's pacing. And he will pace for several weeks. And it's like he doesn't know where he's at. I don't understand it. But then once he gets used to the enclosure, then he's fine. But it is a grace period. It's a grace period that he has to go through to adjust from winter to summer. And I always want to run him to the vet and go, what's wrong with him? He's not eating. And I start worrying. And it's called a tortoise. His name is Queso. So the worrying about his health. So when I took him to the vet, if you've ever been to the zoo and you've seen a big, huge tortoise, so you kind of think that like these little things, like the shell raised, is normal. But actually, if they're too raised, that means his nutrition are also his nutrition, that he's not getting enough soaks. They have to soak in water. They're not like a turtle and they stay in water all the time. No, you kind of have to force them to soak. So this is the deal. Tortoises are bougie, okay? They're like, let me go fill the water. And if they stick their little foot in the water and it's too cold, oh no, their bougie butts aren't getting in the soaking. It'd be like you. If you ran the shower or the bathtub and you stuck your foot in there to see the temperature of the water and it's too cold, you're like, oh dude, I'm not going in that. That is a tortoise. A tortoise is not going in the water if it's cold. So you have to get a heater for their water. Now he's small enough right now where I can pick his little bougie butt up and give him a hot, nice spa bath in the bathtub, okay? Or he's really too big for the sink, but I can put him in the shower or the bathtub. I know you're like, you put that in your... Yes, listen, I have a farm. Yes, farm people do that. We don't care about our... He's trying to... Look. He was trying to attack my... He sees these and he thinks they're flowers. But yes, so he gets calcium with his food every day. He gets soaked at least once or twice a week. So you have to look, like for the pyramiding right here, you can see how it gets like a white line, and you can tell he's growing. But pyramiding is not good. He bothers me because he's got a little bit of pyramiding, but he doesn't have any over here. He just has a little bit right here. And I've had the doctor, the vet, look at him, and he said, he actually looks good, Judy. I said, okay, well, I just get all paranoid. But yes, they have to have a calcium supplement with their food because they don't produce calcium. Okay, so this is the next step for Queso, is I have to think about a permanent enclosure. Okay, this is the deal. It has to be somewhere that I can draw power from, because during the winter he's going to have a heat lamp. So it has to be close to the education center. I'll show y'all where he lives right now. It has to be close to the education center. It has to be somewhere that he can get grass. His primary food should be hay. It should be Timothy hay. That should be the primary source of food. Queso and me have been butting heads with nutrition. That joker is not, he would rather have a strawberry or some collard greens versus hay. And me and him have been getting in fights going, eat your hay, eat your hay. I've tried to starve him to make him eat hay, and it's just, we're still butting heads, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I've tried to soak it in water. I've tried all kinds of things. That joker's like, no, 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 no. So I'll show you where he lives during the winter. He lives in this bougie place. This is where Queso lives during the winter. He's got some friends, Tortoise and the hare. He's got some friends. But my husband built him this little box. Tortoises like to hide, okay? Now, don't be judging me for what it looks like right now, because I hadn't cleaned it out. But he's got his water, he's got his hay, he's got his heat. All right. And then he can go hide in the back. This is the deal. Forever and a day, since I got Queso, I was told he had to have a UVA and a UVB light. And I've always put those lights on him during the winter. Well, I had a reptile specialist that raises reptiles. He has a reptile rescue, very, very knowledgeable when it comes to reptiles. He said, Judy, studies have been shown as long as they have the sun all summer long, you don't actually have to put those lights on them during the winter months, because they get enough during the summer, spring, and fall to not be able to have that during the winter. So he does not have those UVA, UVB lights during the winter. He just has heat. Seems to do well. Another thing is, you know, when you think of a heat lamp, you think about those red heat lamps that you get from Tractor Supply. Well, after taking Queso to the vet, I learned really quickly that those red lights damage their eyes. And I was like, holy smokes. So he does not get the red heat lamp. So just to let you know, I'll show you this heater. This is what I have found to be a success. And this heater was actually given to me for me to do a review on. And I fell in love with it, but not for my chickens. I fell in love with it for my tortoise. I'm going to show you why. Okay. This is the heater. Okay, I can adjust it to be as cold or hot as I want it. But the first thing that you worry about with a heat lamp is catching fire. And let me tell you, owning a farm, I've had many of friends tell me their coop is caught on fire. It's been a disaster. I've seen it on farm pages. So me and lamps do not get along. I'm not about to put a heat lamp in here in this box and leave it, because this place would catch on fire. So the great thing, now this is made by Chick Cozy. The great thing about this heat plate is if Queso comes over here and drops it. Well, it didn't, maybe it has to drop for a minute. The heat lamp immediately, or it goes off. Let's see how, it may take a minute. What, it said FLA. So when it says FLA, the heater is off. So this cannot catch on fire, because when it gets tilted to the side, it goes off. When you stand, look, let's see if you can see it. You see that FLA? Watch. See, FLA. And then it goes back. When I set it back up, the heater comes on. So that way, I'm ensured that he's not gonna catch on fire. That makes me rest good at night. So that's what I use. Unfortunately, because he lives in here and there's no bathtub, there's no shower, there's nowhere to soak, I have to take him in my house. So let's talk about the outside. This is the deal. Let me go get it. I think it's over here. I hadn't seen it all winter, but I think it's over here. Yes. Okay. Don't judge. Don't judge. These right here, let me show you. I can't get hot water out here, unfortunately. During the summer, I fill this up. This is what goes to catch poop in for rabbits. It goes under a rabbit cage. I have found this very successful for the summer. I fill this up with water. He soaks in this. He drinks water, and it gives plenty of water. And I usually put it right here, so when he starts doing his donuts, because he likes to go in donuts, round and round, he'll go soak in that. That has been very successful. Just saying. Now, keep in mind that Queso's 4 years old. So I've been doing this for 4 years. At some point, this is not going to work, right? Because he's going to get too big for this. The next step is to figure out his forever home, because the next step that I do is going to be for his forever home. Okay. I've talked to my husband about this. He's vetoed it, but I'm gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Give him a massage, give him a foot massage, scratch his back at night, something to talk him into this. But I'll show you what I wanna do. Okay, there's my house. This is the drive to my farm. Yes, I have a porta potty, because I'll tell you that later. I'm open to the public, or was. Okay, so this is the drive. Over here, there is some shade, so I would have to knock down trees. But what I want to do is I want to build a fence along this driveway, okay? And I want the fence to go around. This is gonna be pretty this summer. I want it to go around this way And I want it to go all the way down to this wood line right here. So all of this would be Queso's enclosure. Trees have to come down because I got to get grass growing. But the other fence would go right here down this path. It's actually going to go right here because I drive the side-by-side down there. So all of this would have a fence. And all of this big, huge area would be for Queso. Doesn't that sound amazing? But this is the deal. I got to think about the winter, and I have to think about a soak, which means two things. I'm going to have to get hot water to this education center. My husband hates me. I have to get hot water to this education center, and I have to think about him during the winter because he can't stay out here. I don't have power down here, right? Okay, but the education center is up there. I don't know if I can do this, but this is what I want to plan. I want to have an open fence right here so that Queso at night can go up here, and we're gonna take the end stall and make it Queso's winter enclosure and his nighttime enclosure. So right here would be fenced off. Here I have power to this building, so I can have this really nice bougie house with heat. But I've got to train Queso to walk up here and go to bed. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've trained a bull. I've trained an alpaca. I've trained rabbits. I've trained chickens. I've trained a goose, a duck, a turkey. I've trained that, but I've never trained a tortoise. And I don't know what they're like. So, I have all these great ideas, but I don't know if I can train him to do that. He's pretty smart, but that's a big area to train him to go to bed up here. I don't know if it'll work, but that is my idea. That's my idea. Queso, I'm going to empty the rabbit poop. I'll be back in a minute. That's my idea. I don't know if it'll happen, but I've got to think about Queso's future because, you know, Queso's going to get massive as time goes on. You know, those tortoises get huge. They get huge. Rabbit poo. They get huge. So we thought about, I'll show you another thing I thought. Oh, he will? Good idea. I also thought, this is the outside of that building. Now, we are gonna put sliding barn doors over here. This is going to be painted. This bull crap is my husband's, and he's fixing to get an eviction notice, just to let you know. If this crap ain't moved soon, he's getting an eviction notice. So we also talked about letting Queso come inside the education center and putting like a doggy door. But let's think about this for just a minute. can't you see every little critter coming in my, my education center? We'd have raccoons living in there, possums, squirrels, wild cats. There's no telling who would come visit. They'd be like, hey, did you hear about the Sneads? They're crazy. They feed good. They got heat and air. Come on, let's go over here. That's what I worry about. But, but I could keep it locked until Queso gets in there. But that would mean it would be a little bit of a pain. Think about this. Every single night, I would have to slide the barn door and let Queso in to go in there and eat. Queso would think he had died, gone to heaven, if he lived in the education center like at night and stuff. Don't you think? It is hot as Hades out here. And I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud. But I'm in this long sleeve shirt and I'm about to roast. I'm cleaning the rabbits. Hang on. Sorry. Queso he'd be one bougie tortoise if he lived that way. You know, I wonder if I can get him to do all that. I'm gonna try. I feel like it's a little bit of a challenge to train a tortoise, but I think I can do it. Challenge on. Automatic door. Yeah, I could do that. This is what Queso gets. It's a supplement of calcium. And this is his feed. But to entice him to eat this, I usually give him something to go with it, like collard greens or something. So this is the rabbit's litter box. And I put fresh hay in there. Oh, I can't. My pee-pee pad is at the house. If I walk over there, I'll lose my Wi-Fi and then you guys can't see me. So I'll have to wait. So let's talk about this. Topper. Y'all remember who Topper is? I haven't really done a video on it yet, but Topper's not here. Topper is an English lop. He's the cutest thing. He has big floppy ears and he's a big old huge rabbit. It's a male. He is a show rabbit. He's been in so many shows and he wins them all. He's incredible. He's coming to live with me on March the 12th. He can't, I'm not putting him in with my rabbits. It's just, I feel like that's too many rabbits in that enclosure. So old Topper is going to have his own bougie little house. So I've got to figure out where Topper is going. I thought about this. Let me turn this around. Okay, so sliding Queso out, the eviction notice of this is fixing to happen too, because he's had plenty of time to get this crap out of here along with this, but it ain't happening. I thought about moving all of this and putting the rabbit enclosure right here, because Queso is going to be, you know, living outside soon. So, yeah, I just saw your message. Yeah, I'm too hot. But I need this for storage. But you see how these rabbits have a second story? But I'm thinking about putting him over here. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. But I got to figure all that out before. Let me show y'all this. Judy invested lots of money in my gift shop. And Judy must have 100 stuffed animals and shirts and books and all these things. And I had homemade little piggies crocheted. I had homemade alpaca things made. And I spent hundreds of dollars to have all of these made for children to pick out that were made out of my alpacas. I spent hundreds of dollars. Okay. Sheep, look at my little sheep. So precious. I spent hundreds of dollars on all this stuff. I bought all these little ducks. Had this little chicken made to close my farm. So I really have been putting a lot of thought into what am I going to do with all this stuff? What am I going to do with all this stuff? And to be honest with you, like, for people like the backup dancers, like, for example, you know, like this alpaca right here. You know, I could sell this, but of course there's going to be shipping and all that stuff. Look at this cute rabbit right here. This rabbit's mine. It's not going anywhere. I love this rabbit. This was handmade with my alpaca wool. Let me go check on Queso. I always get paranoid. But I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, no one's coming to my farm to buy this stuff. I don't know. In my head, I can't really put a price on anything. I just say make a donation. But just understand that these that are made out of alpaca wool cost me a lot of money, okay? These are not cheap. But like all these, that's a dog toy. It looks like a hound dog. It's a dog toy. But like, look, these are made out of alpaca wool. But they're handmade. So like, they're not just a stuffed animal to, look how cute this is. This looks like tater bug. This looks like my tortoise. Isn't he cute? Oh, I love this duck. This duck's mine. He's just up here. He's not for sale. But look, there's Jack and Jill. Look at this cute little duck. Chirps. Leroy. Blue. And I have these cups. I have this peacock. And this is what it looks like when it's put together. So cute. It kind of depresses me a little bit. I'm going to be honest. But I spent so much money. And I'm like, how can I get back? How can I get back? Like, what can I do? But then I need to make money too. I have to pay for this farm, right? So I'm trying to figure out that whole situation and try not to get like sideways that my farm is closed to the public. It's difficult. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope that you learned something about tortoises today. Queso seems to be doing. Here's the pee-pee pad that I put down for my rabbits. This one needs to be washed. Queso, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. You think he'll listen? Oh, I'm gonna lose you if I walk over there. All right. Etsy shop. Raffle. Oh, Easter baskets. That would be good. That would be good. Etsy shop. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why. I feel like it's a lot of time to do an Etsy shop. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Love y'all. Thanks for joining me. I gotta walk to the. I'm on my chicken boots. Oh. I was in Chambers getting feed today. And this lady came up and asked me about my chicken boots. And I told her they were given to me by backup dancer. And she goes, "Are you Aunt Judy?" And I said, "Yes." "I follow you." And I was like, "Oh." She goes, "I recognize your voice." Anyway, thank you, Judy. Thank you. And I was like, "Yes, I'm Judy, Aunt Judy." I was like, I like when y'all, if I see you guys in public, don't be scared to say hey to me, or don't feel like you're bothering me. You're not. Like, you're not. And a lot of you send me emails and you're scared you're bothering me. You don't bother me when you send me emails. You know, I'm a human being too. And I've got a lot going on too. And knowing someone cares means a lot to me. So I'm not the type of creator that's not gonna read them. So when you message me and you email and you notice me in public, you have no idea what that does for me. It makes a difference in my life. So don't ever be scared to reach out to me. Don't. My email is out there, so you can email me anytime. Love you. See you later.